Let's start simple here. And let's say we want to output welcome to the club if the user entered the age greater than 18. If that's what we want to do, then that's something we can achieve by writing a so-called if statement, which is a very important concept or very important syntax feature in Go. For that, you use the if keyword, which is built into Go, and then you write a so-called condition. In this case, we can refer to user age, and we can then use the greater than sign to compare this to another number. For example, 18. Of course, the greater than sign is not the only operator you can use here to do that, to make that comparison. Instead, you also got greater or equal, smaller, smaller or equal, or just equal, though important for equality, you use two equal signs, not just one. One equal sign is used for assigning values to variables. For comparisons, where you want to compare one value to another, you use two equal signs, like that. You can also add an exclamation mark in front of an equal sign to check for something to not be equal. So if user age should not be equal to something else, then you could check it like this. But here I want to check that user age is greater than 18, and hence we can write it like that. Next, you add curly braces, opening and closing, and between those curly braces, you add your body for this if statement. So the code that should execute if this condition is met, and only then. So whatever you put between those curly braces will only execute if this condition here is met, in no other scenarios. So here we can again use the format package and now print a new line where we maybe say welcome to the club, because that's the message which I did want to output if the user age is greater than 18. If the user age is not greater than 18, then nothing will be output. The main function will just finish and not show us anything, since we have no other code in this function. And here actually we could make an argument for checking for a greater than or equal, since you should be welcome to the club if you are at least 18. Because with just greater than, you would have to be at least 19 to meet this condition. So let's convert this to greater than or equal. But of course, ultimately, it's up to you which kind of logic you want to have here and which kind of check you want to perform here. Now with that code adjusted like this, we can save all that code and then of course again execute it to run our module, and then we can enter our age. And if I enter 15 here, which clearly is smaller than 18, we get no output at all. Because as mentioned, there is no code that would execute for that scenario. If I run this again and I enter 32 here, then I get welcome to the club as expected. So then the code inside of that if statement executed successfully. And that's in a nutshell how if statements work. But there is a bit more to it that you should be aware of.